Hi, my name is Luke Schneider, and I'm an editorial fashion photographer in digital tech. Today I'm going to show you how to set up a session in Capture One to maximize organization in order to ensure a smooth shoot. First, we're going to make a new session by going to the Sessions tab, clicking New Session. Now we're going to put a descriptor of the shoot here. This was a Persian rug editorial, so we're simply going to call it Persian rug. And then we're going to change up the capture and selects folders just a bit to appear in production order. So we're going to put 00 in front of trash, 01 in front of capture, 02 in front of selects, and 03 in front of output. Now I've already made these folders, but if you haven't, click OK and the folders will be created. Next, I like to make additional subfolders within the capture folder. This allows us to organize the shoot day further. For this particular project, we shot 6 looks along with a pre-light folder, as you can see here. To create these folders, simply right-click the capture folder, new inside capture folder, and capture. And then we're going to put a name. Because we don't have shot 7 yet, we'll add shot 7, and as you can see, that'll populate down here. Next, we're going to set our pre-light folder as our capture folder, so our new images go there. We're going to do that by right-clicking and setting as capture folder. Before we start shooting though, we need to change the name just so that we can optimize SEO and make all of our organization easier. We're going to go up to the camera tab. Now I like to add my name, a shoot description, a shoot type, and a shot number to each shot name. So to do this, we're going to go in front of name, we're going to put my name, underscore. For this one, we can do editorial, underscore. Persian rug gives a description. We're going to delete the capture counter, and we're going to click this little button here. Now, we're going to do another underscore. We're going to go to destination folder name. That way it'll switch from pre-light, shot 1, shot 2, etc. without us having to change anything. And then dash, 1-digit counter, click OK, and then we can change that to a 3-digit counter, and we're good to go. Now that our naming is set and our folders are built, we are ready to start pre-lighting for this shoot. We'll set our lighting here and get a gray card to apply a proper white balance to every new image that will come in. Now I like to go to our next capture adjustments, and instead of copy from last, I like to do copy from clipboard for a little bit more control. Now we can go into our pre-light folder. Here's a pre-light shot just of one of the garments, and we've got our lighting set, we've got our curves, we've got our white balance, and we're just going to hit Command-Shift-C or this arrow key, and that'll copy our settings to the clipboard, so all new images coming in will have the same exact settings until we change it. Alright, we have our shot folders built, we have our names set, we have a gray card, and they've gotten a clean white balance shot, which we have copied the settings from for our new images. We're now ready to start shooting the editorial. The white balance set will apply to all new images until a new clipboard is copied. If you do want to change any coloring, levels, exposure, curves, etc. while shooting, that's fine. Just be sure to press Command-Shift-C to copy the new settings to the future images. On most sets though, there won't be time to play with coloring just yet, but because we are using copy from clipboard, if you do get a minute, you can change things without it applying to all new images once you are ready to start shooting again. For the sake of time, this shoot has been captured already, and all shot folders have their images. From here, we're going to make rough selects. We're going to go into one of our shot folders. I like to use the red tag to make preliminary selects. So we're going to scroll through, pressing the minus sign when we like one. And then that'll make rough selects. From here, we're going to go to filters, go to red tag, and we're going to 5-star any final images that we want. Now, there are a few 5 stars already in this folder, and you could click this 5-star and then move it to the selects folder. But first, we're going to make a smart album. Go up to Session Albums, create new smart album. We're going to add search criteria color tag red. We're going to add rating is 5 stars. Make sure all the following rules is highlighted and not any. Click OK. We're going to call this 5-star red. And now you can see, because we've made selects in all of our folders, we have all of our 5-star red tagged images. From here, you're going to press Command-A to select all. We're going to make sure our O2 selects folder has this selects icon in it, and we're either going to drag and drop, or you can press Command-J, click Move Files, click Continue. And now all of our selects will be conveniently located within this selects folder. From here, we can change our colors, curves, levels, and exposure to get the creative look we want. On most commercial fashion sets, this is not done by a digital tech on set, but rather by a retoucher later on. That being said, it's always best to work on colors within Capture One. While working on creative coloring, use the new variant feature to come up with multiple different creative looks. Then you can compare the variants and choose your favorite for the rest of the editorial. I like to make 2 new variants on a single image, so we're going to right click and click New Variant, and then I like to change the color on both. So I have a more bluish red option here, a little bit contrastier, and then I have a much more unsaturated, much more blue blown out option here. So we can compare that to the straight out of camera, and I personally like this one the best. So we're going to do that Command-Shift-C again to copy those settings. We're going to press Command-A to highlight all images in this folder. We're going to unclick the ones we were just working on because we've already created that variant. Now right-click and New Variant. We now are highlighting on just the new variants. As you can see, the red tag and the 5-star is gone. We're going to hit plus just so those have a green tag, and we're going to Command-Shift-V to paste settings. Now some exposures might be slightly different. I am going to pull this first image down, and then we're pretty much good to go. So now we can go to our Filters tab and click just the greens. And now these are all of our final images as final variants with color applied. Note as we go through, the color copied pretty well. This is because we're shooting with controllable light in studio, and it's all very similar light throughout the story. If shooting natural light or with changing light in studio, some fine adjustments will need to be made to your color settings. Now that final selects have been made, colors and exposure have been set to our liking, we can process these images to prepare them for post-production. Instead of using the export function, consider using processing instead. We'll go to the Output tab that looks like the gear and go to the Process Recipes tool. In most scenarios, we will utilize a PSD or TIFF recipe. I like to do PSD, 16-bit, and Adobe RGB, so my images are optimized for print and have the best color depth possible. We'll check this recipe, and here's a quick little tip. Go to the File tab, and in the subfolder, click Recipe Name. This will be found in this menu here if you scroll down. Now, with processing, you can process multiple recipes at once. Sometimes I like to send the client proofs right after a shoot, so they don't have to wait for retouching to see what the images will look like. We'll check the JPEG proofs, and we'll make sure the recipe name is under File subfolder as well. This way, in one processing step, we will now make full 16-bit PSDs as well as watermarked low-resolution proofs, and not only that, it will separate them into their own folders for easy access. To start processing, we're going to press Command-A to select all, and then either Command-D or File Process, or you can have a gear icon in the top right corner to start processing. If you have a powerful enough computer, you can shoot at the same time while images are being processed out. Once the images are processed out, you will see a gray gear icon. If the images are still waiting to be processed, the gear icon will be orange once you press Command-D. Now, if we look back in our session folders, to O3 output now has a drop-down, and as you can see, we have PSD, Adobe RGB, and JPEG proof. One of the best parts about Capture One sessions is file management. If we right-click the output folder, click Show in Finder, we see all of our PSD files, all of our JPEG files separated. But we also can go to our Capture folder and see all of our raw files. Each folder will also have a Capture One file, which consists of setting files, thumbnail files, and focus files if you use the focus mask. This makes it very easy to know that you've backed up your session properly. You simply can press Command-C to copy the Persian rug whole project folder, and then on an external hard drive, we can just paste that, and you know that all of your files are securely backed up. They're not hidden anywhere in a catalog, they're just completely easy to find. Notice I've also added an O4 final folder in our production folders. Once the selects have come back from retouching and are ready to go out to the client, I put flat TIFFs and high-res JPEGs in here. Finally, while it is not always possible to shoot tethered, there is no need to import files when shooting to card. You can simply drag the RAWs into the session's capture folder that is pre-built, and the images will then appear in Capture One and may be renamed and sorted into shot folders. You can then use a similar workflow to the one described here.